Joining us right now is former Navy Intelligence Operations Officer and Fox News correspondent Gabrielle. Leah, good to see you.
Nice to see you, Maria.
Were you surprised by those comments?
Actually, no. I mean, I think we've heard something like this from Holder before. You know, back in July, he had said that Snowden could have sparked a good debate by bringing this to members of Congress. He was critical of the Patriot Act back in '04. So I don't think this is a complete surprise, but I do think it's a mixed message, and I don't think it's the right signal to send. You know, as someone who's a former head of the Justice Department of the United States, I think it's a real mistake to say that when somebody acts illegally, that any positives come out of it. I think you have to really separate the two issues.
Governor.
Well, I'm going to be the contrarian here because I think that there was a valuable service. It brought us into a discussion of whether or not the government should be able to keep extraordinary secrets and should they violate maybe certain constitutional protections. And so that whole idea of privacy, you know, I'm not an Eric Holder fan. Lord knows I've never said a nice thing about the man. I haven't. But today he did say that it was illegal and inappropriate. So I give him credit for marking that territory, but saying that at least what Snowden did made Americans aware of the fact that their government had a lot of power and could have, don't know for sure, could have misused it.
Completely the wrong way of handling it, though. Edward Snowden is a coward. He's a traitor. He absolutely went against the promises he made when he signed up to serve the United States and the intelligence community. And I think it's a very bad message to send that anyone in the intelligence community can just, because they think something's wrong, go completely outside their chain of command, completely outside the proper channels when there are laws in place to protect whistleblowers. I think it's a real mistake to in any way say that what they did is right.
So what's the better way to do it? What should he have done?
Well, there's a number of ways. I mean, for one thing, even Eric Holder suggested this back in July. He could have taken it to members of Congress. But then, of course, you know, the Whistleblower Protection Act is in place so that he can take it to proper channels within his own agency. The details I've seen show that Edward Snowden never even tried to do that. He just decided, and this is kind of like, I equate this to somebody who goes to see a surgeon but says, you know what, I looked on WebMD and this is how you should do this procedure. You know, Edward Snowden did not have the perspective, the perspective of people who served in the intelligence community for 20+ years, who 5 days a week work for, you know, 10 hours a day, and they know what they're doing within the intelligence community. He basically said, I know more than you do, and I'm going to take this completely outside the proper channels, and I'm going to take it to journalists, which is the biggest mistake someone in the intelligence community can make, and he's a traitor for doing it.
He's a fame-seeking dweeb.
He's a fame-seeking dweeb who put our national security at risk.
And he's a coward. That's why he's where he is right now.
He put individual lives at risk.
Absolutely. And as you know, I formerly served as an intelligence operator. I'm somebody who was trained by the CIA. He put people that I work with at risk. He put our methods at risk. He also put our country at risk. He makes us look foolish to other countries, including Russia. Putin is not our friend, and he's sitting over there hanging out. You know, I think it's clear that he's a coward by the fact that he won't come back and face the legal consequences of what he did.
Well, he says he wants a fair trial.
He will get a fair trial. Look at the debate that he has sparked in this country. At this point, with the level of recognition he's gotten, with people who support the fact that this is an important debate to have, there's no way this man is not going to get a fair trial.
Absolutely. What he did was wrong, and it was inappropriate, illegal, all of those things. I think the point is, did it cause Americans, and particularly members of Congress, to think about their role of oversight? And if he did that, he is not right. Nothing he did is right. But the service, and I don't even want to use the word service. It was not a service.
I'm sorry, I can nail you on calling it a service in any way.
It's not a service. Okay, I will grant you that and stipulate you're right. It was not a service. But it sparked an important role and conversation that Congress needs to have about what are the limitations of government scrutiny.
I agree that it's important to have that debate, that Americans have a role in making those decisions. However, I think you have to completely disconnect it from what Edward Snowden did, because what he did was wrong in every way you can look at it.
All right, we'll leave it there, Leah. Thank you for your insights. Leah Gabrielle there.
Strong words.